Yeah, I'm Pastor Johnny Griffin, and before coming here to San Antonio, I was in Austin, went to the University of Texas, and then I came to San Antonio to do physical therapy school, and that's when I got plugged in to Mission Church. It has been amazing, just how Jesus has used this local body to grow me in my relationship with Him and my walk with Christ. And how it all kind of started for me was just serving on the setup and tear down. Back then, this was 10 years ago, 2013, we were in the Palladium and just serving with the setup and tear down because we were doing mobile church and just kind of getting some skin in the game. Like, you know, there's no better way to do it than just like start serving and getting plugged in to the church through that, and that's really how it all began and kind of snowballed into how the Lord has just kind of formed me into the man that I am today through the preaching and teaching here, through the discipleship process here, through the community here, and so it's been huge. It's been huge. Personally, for me and my walk with Jesus, coming from how I was personally saved by the Lord, how Jesus got a hold of my life was through my dad pouring into me and making me a disciple of Christ. And so I remember when I saw my family, I grew up in a Christian household, I saw my family, they all had Jesus, and I told my dad, I was like, hey Dad, I want to be saved, I want to have Jesus. And he said to me, I'll never forget, he said, son, before you can be saved, you need to be able to tell me what it means to be lost. And when you can tell me what it means to be lost, then we could talk about how you can be saved. And so just that culture of discipleship in my upbringing, that kind of he poured into me specifically and personally. And now I want to take that and do the same exact thing here at Mission Church with the guys in my discipleship group. Is like, how can I specifically pour Christ into them? So yeah, I mean, just personally for me, it's just been absolutely the focal point really of my walk in my life with Jesus is that having people in my life that are discipling me, and also who are the people, you know, that I can in turn pour into as well. So it's just been absolutely critical, centerpiece. As a father, I think, you know, I look at my son and, you know, my daughters and, you know, and how my wife just does such a good job pouring into them as well. And so we really look at, you know, our parenting in our house is like, hey, we want to pour Jesus into our kids, and how we are praying throughout the day, and how we're reading scripture to them, and how we are involved in church and the local body and just different activities. And so we want to have that take also what we have is the culture of discipleship in this church, and it also is front and center in your home as well with your own children. So there is that continuity of discipleship. We don't just do discipleship here and kind of neglect our families. This is like, it's like all of life. We're, you know, looking to, okay, how can I be pouring Jesus into this person that's in front of me right now? And because Jesus has put this person in my path, okay, I want to pour Jesus and the gospel into them and watch them grow. Watch what Jesus does to make them grow. I mean, I can't say enough about it, how important it is. Without discipleship being poured into and you pouring into others, I mean, it's really hard to be a true follower of Jesus without those elements in your life, you know, because that's what Jesus showed us. I mean, that was his pattern, that was his example. So, number one, it's important because Jesus said so in Matthew 28. And number two is, this is how it keeps going. This is the cycle that has to keep going to that a people yet to be born, for the coming generation that we haven't even met these people yet. They are going to come to know Jesus through the same blueprint that Jesus laid out for us in Matthew 28 is through this making disciples who make disciples who make disciples. So I would say that's why discipleship is so important.